Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit more shorter-term technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, and more specifically, I want to continue talking about this consolidation and tightening pattern that Bitcoin has been in here over the last couple of days, because I want to actually talk about some signs that might be indicating that we may be about to see some kind of bullish breakout coming here to Bitcoin, and if so, what might that actually look like for Bitcoin and its market? We're going to be discussing all of that and more in today's video, guys. Before we get on into it, I do want to remind you that we are still running that sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, guys. If you're looking to learn how to do cryptocurrency technical analysis, you want to learn how to work in these markets, you want to learn how to trade in these markets, and if you want to make money in these markets, you're going to have to know what you're doing. It's very difficult to just throw money at a market when you don't really know what you're doing and actually make money. You're going to lose a lot of money if you try to do that. So guys, if you want to learn how to trade these markets so that you can actually make a profit in them, go ahead, click the link in the description down below, use the coupon code JUNE2019 and get 20% off the course price. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. The first thing I want to talk about here would be, of course, the consolidation pattern that we're looking at. Bitcoin had a downtrend of resistance resembling something like this yesterday, but in fact, we're going to have to go ahead and redraw that a little bit to contain Bitcoin here, because Bitcoin hasn't properly broken bullish here. We do, of course, have this zone of resistance right up here in between about $8,000 and $8,150, where Bitcoin has kind of dived into and tried to test and get through several times, but has not actually managed to do it. And Bitcoin, of course, also has this level and zone of support down here in between $7,600 and about $7,450 and change. Bitcoin has been bouncing around in between those for quite some time. And something that's very interesting to me is that Bitcoin has had many opportunities here to actually go bearish. I've been talking about a potential bearish breakout of some kind on Bitcoin. I've been talking about a potential correction of some kind on Bitcoin for a very long time here. But in fact, for the last month, Bitcoin has been trading sideways. And sometimes what you have to realize with markets is that sometimes they're so bullish that you're not actually going to have a correction. And perhaps at this point, since Bitcoin has had so many opportunities to have a correction and hasn't had one, perhaps we've been delaying a correction so long that this is actually our correction. Perhaps we're in the middle of our correction, guys. Sometimes what you'll see is that a market will rally and then it'll have a correction. But sometimes you'll see that a market is rallying so steep that its correction will basically just be it trading sideways, and then it'll keep going to the upside. And I feel like this is kind of what we're looking at right here, instead of the normal way a market would play out like that, where Bitcoin has been rallying so very strong, and the bulls are so very powerful, that even just us trading sideways alone could be our correction. I think that's something we need to start thinking about here, because Bitcoin has had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to have a correction, and so far we haven't had one. We could have broken bearish here, and we didn't. We could have broken even more bearish here, and we didn't. We only broke a little bit bearish. And right now, guys, Bitcoin is in this consolidation pattern, and we're very likely to see a breakout of this over the next 3 to 4 days. But it's not necessarily looking like it's going to break bearish, actually. And let me explain exactly why I say that, because that's kind of a bold statement. Why would Bitcoin not necessarily break bearish out of this consolidation pattern? Why would Bitcoin perhaps break bullish out of it? Well, guys, there's a couple reasons for that. One of the first reasons has to do with where Bitcoin is currently. Whenever Bitcoin's closer to the resistance, it's more likely it's going to break bearish. Whenever Bitcoin's closer to the support, it comes down, it's more likely you're going to break bearish, simply because it's easier to break a level that you're right next to than it is to break a level that's a couple $100s away. So at the time I'm recording this, and probably when the time you're seeing this, Bitcoin is most likely to be breaking bullish right now, simply because it's trading around the resistance. But it's not just that simple. Over the last several days, ever since about the 7th or the 6th or the 7th, back over here on June, Bitcoin, for the majority of its time, has been trading above the center line of this consolidation pattern and been trading against the resistance rather than the support. You can see if we draw like a center line through this, something like this, then we see that maybe 20 to 25% of the time Bitcoin has been below it and testing the support level, but the majority of the time Bitcoin's actually been up here testing the resistance. We fell down a little bit, but most of the time Bitcoin's been up here against the level of resistance. And as I've explained in many videos, whenever a market is testing the same level over and over and over and over and over ad infinitum again, it's more than likely going to break the level that it's testing. And Bitcoin has come up here and tested this level of resistance quite a lot. So every day that passes that Bitcoin keeps doing this, it actually looks more and more likely that Bitcoin's about to break bullish and start moving to the upside. Let me show you some other reasons why that might be the case. One of them would have to do with the daily chart, guys, because as you know, Bitcoin had been going increasingly bearish here over the span of about a month. Bitcoin here on the histogram had been closing in on itself. We had our peak over here on the 15th of May. It's the 12th of June now. Bitcoin's histogram had, in general, been trending to the downside ever since the 15th of May all the way to the 6th of June. It was about 3 weeks or so. Bitcoin's histogram was showing more and more and more bearishness on average. But ever since the 6th of June, something interesting has happened. Bitcoin's histogram has actually been converging bullish. As you can see, it's back moving to the upside, which means that these two lines are actually converging on themselves, coming closer together, and making it look more likely that we're going to see a bullish breakout of some kind over the next several days. And that's incredibly important for two reasons. One, because it's predicting a bullish cross on Bitcoin. Unfortunately, no one really reads the MACD the way it's supposed to be read, which is looking at the apexes of these histogram changes. That's how you should actually be reading the MACD instead of looking for crosses, because crosses are very lagging indicators. I'll show you proof of that here in just a second with this bar right here. But also it means that Bitcoin is a lot more bullish than perhaps we were giving it credit for, because Bitcoin is converging bullish on itself above the zero level on the histogram. And that is factored into the MACD calculation. If you're in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy and you haven't seen our video on MACD and you're interested in how MACD is calculated, so you actually know what I'm talking about, because I don't have time to get into it in today's video, then you will know what we're discussing. If you haven't, join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Go watch this video. Like I said, I can't dive into all of this in today's video. But the fact of the matter is that Bitcoin is converging bullish on itself and looks like it's going to have some kind of bullish cross up here above the zero level on the histogram. A lot of times you'll see a bullish cross on the MACD down here below the zero level on the histogram, but it looks like we're actually going to see it above the zero level, which would be very bullish indeed. One more thing I want to point out is that date, June the 6th. I've mentioned that date twice in today's video, and it just so happens that it's actually a very important day. As we can see here, it's the exact day that we changed directions on the histogram down here, and Bitcoin started moving more bullish. And do you remember what I was saying earlier about June the 6th? That was right around the time that Bitcoin bounced off of this support level and came up here, and we haven't really been down to test the support that much ever since June the 6th. I think June the 6th was actually the turning point. I think June the 6th was where we ran out of bearishness and Bitcoin actually started turning bullish for several reasons. One, that's when we saw the MACD change on the daily chart. Two, that's when Bitcoin had this big old rally right here. And three, that was one of the last times that we saw Bitcoin actually come down and test support. We did for a couple of days here, but we saw an inverse head and shoulders pattern and very quickly bounced straight back up. So this is kind of being disregarded because of how easily we were able to get away from it. I think June the 6th, looking back on it with our 2020 hindsight, we can tell that June the 6th may have actually been a turning point from bearishness to bullishness on Bitcoin. And if that's the case, what that means, guys, is that it's very likely that Bitcoin could actually break bullish out of this consolidation pattern. As you guys can see, our volume has been most certainly declining here over the last several days. We're very much in a consolidation pattern, and a very important one at that, because we need to get back up above this 20 exponential moving average and stay above it. If Bitcoin can actually stay above that exponential moving average and break bullish here, then this rally might actually continue on towards price targets of upwards of $10,000. Perhaps the correction that we've been looking for all this time has actually been going on beneath our nose, and we didn't even realize it. Perhaps everything that we've seen here in the month of May and June was actually enough to constitute a correction on Bitcoin, and was enough to actually allow Bitcoin to reset its bearishness and its bullishness and allow the bulls to continue even higher. As we can see down here on the MACD, Bitcoin's MACD was bearish for quite a long time here if you look at the histogram. Perhaps that was when our correction happened, and perhaps we're actually coming out of that, and Bitcoin's about to break bullish and start moving up towards 10K. Now, I'm not going to dive into a lot of price targets right now. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of discussion about where exactly Bitcoin will go, when and or if we see this bullish breakout over the next 2 to 3, 4 days. We will discuss it then. But anyway, guys, before we wrap it up, I do want to remind you that we are still running that sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. If you're in the cryptocurrency space and you haven't gone through some kind of course, or you haven't spent a very long time learning this space on your own, you're going to have a hard time actually applying your knowledge and trading these markets and investing in these markets for a profit, guys. There's a whole lot of money to be made in these markets, and even the experts fail very, very often. It's very important that you know exactly what you're doing in these markets, or it's very easy for you to actually lose money in these markets. And guys, this is not an opportunity that you want to screw around with. This is the kind of thing that you want to take very seriously. Bitcoin is the opportunity of a lifetime. There are not very many things that this is one of those kinds of opportunities that comes around once in a lifetime. You see something like this once every 20, 30, 40 years. You don't see the kind of investment opportunity that we're looking at in Bitcoin right now very often. Bitcoin is a very young, very, very infant space, and it has a very, very long way to run. It has a very, very bright future. I think you agree with me on that, or you probably wouldn't be watching this video. Bitcoin has a very bright future, and there's a lot of money to be made in this market. I'll be straight up with you. I'm here for making money, and I'm also here for the technology, and I'm here for the community. There's 3 different reasons that most people are here, and I'm here for all 3 of them. I'm not going to lie and say, oh, well, I don't care about making money. Of course I want to make some money in the cryptocurrency market, and I know you do too. We're also here for the technology, and we're very happy about the social impacts it's going to have, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with understanding that there is a lot of money to be made here, and we want to make that money because we want money so that we can go and do good for the world, so that we can go and do good for our families. And guys, there's only really there's only really 2 ways to make money in anything you do. You can either invest your time, or you can invest your money. You can invest your time to learn these markets on your own and spend the next year of your time learning these markets by trading, by paper trading, by watching YouTube videos 8 hours a day. That's what I did. I spent literally over a year just watching YouTube videos, learning cryptocurrency technical analysis every single day. That's what I would do. I'd watch technical analysis videos, and I would learn through osmosis. And I know that's what a lot of you guys are doing. That's why you're watching my videos. And that's well and good. That's great. I'm glad that you're doing that. Don't stop doing that. But if you want to learn how to do technical analysis and have some kind of reference that you can go back to over and over and over again and actually have a structured way of learning these markets so that you can then not spend a year and thousands of hours of your time learning these markets, then the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is the place to do it, guys. In this course are 33 videos that encompass over 9 hours of content where we discuss everything from the very basics of how to set up your trading view and your Binance account, all the way through much more advanced concepts like gauging the strength of support and resistance, investing in trading, short and long-term technical analysis, and how those two cooperate and interoperate with each other, market sentiment, gut feeling, market structure, math psychology, all these very important concepts that you need to understand for your technical analysis. This is all stuff that you're going to learn in $1,000 courses, but I'm not selling this course for $1,000. I'm selling it for $200. I could very easily sell this course for $500 or $1,000. I've seen people sell courses for $5,000 before, guys. It's absolutely insane how much people will charge for information. It's ridiculous, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep the course priced fairly so that you guys can actually get into this course with a limited amount of funds, learn the space, and then go and apply what money you have to making some more money in the market, because I know that not everybody has very, very deep pockets like some people do. I know that everybody watching this video is not a whale. I know that you don't have $5,000 to go drop on a course, maybe. That is not what I'm trying to do. I don't want to extort my viewers. What I want to do is give you guys information while also giving you incentive to actually do something with the information, because in my experience, if you just tell something to someone, they're not going to necessarily use it. You have to give them a reason to want to use it. And if I gave away this information for free, a lot of you guys would go through the course and you wouldn't actually take it as seriously as you would as if you paid for it. That's one of the main reasons why it's actually priced the way it is so that you guys take it seriously and so that you guys will go and apply this stuff. Because if you apply what is in this course, guys, you can ask the 600 people who have gone through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, ask them in the comments section down below, because there's a lot of them watching this video. Ask them if it has helped them in their trading. Ask them if it has allowed them to actually know what they're doing and understand how the markets move, so that then they can go and make money, guys. This is one thing I say a lot at the ends of these videos, is people that are in the course, what I want you to do is, if you enjoyed the course, or if you don't enjoy the course, if you have any feedback at all, leave it in the comment section down below. Like I've said many times, I'm not asking for a good review. I'm not asking for a bad review. I'm asking for an honest review. If you're in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy and you like what you have to see, and you like what you've been, what you purchased, tell people in the comment section down below. If you have a problem with the course, tell people in the comment section down below, and I'll make sure to get that fixed for you, whatever your issue is. But guys, I don't get any complaints about the course. I really don't. I can't remember the last time I got a complaint about the course, and I'm very proud and very humbled by that, because we've had 600 people go through the course almost, about 585 I want to say is the exact number, and not one of them has ever, to my remembrance, complained. I'm sure a few of them have, and I just can't remember. I don't want to lie to you guys, but I legitimately, honestly, bottom of my heart, cannot remember the last time someone complained about something in the course. Now, of course, we've had constructive criticism and feedback. Not really even constructive criticism, to be totally honest. We've had people say, hey, Jeb, you should add this video. For example, how to plan and execute profitable trades. This was actually a video that was recommended by a user and a student of the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. We went ahead and introduced this video. One of the best videos in the entire course, in my opinion. You can actually preview this video if you click the link in the description down below. But anyway, guys, if you want to actually make money in this market and you want to get prepared for the bull market that we all know is coming, and you want to actually take the best advantage of this market as you possibly can, I do highly recommend the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, guys. You don't have to ask me and what I think of it. Ask the people who have already gone through the course. I'm not paying them to say any of this because I know someone's going to be in the comment section down below like, oh, Jeb's paying them to say good things about the course. No, I'm not. I have to be able to sleep with myself at night, guys. That's far more valuable to me than any amount of money, and I could never sleep with myself at night if I had done that. That is not what's going on, so don't think that. If you want to learn these markets, CT2A is the place to do it. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I do want to thank each and every single one of you for watching, as always, guys, and I will see you, guys, in the next video. Peace.